Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. A quick video on Extend Report update. I'm sure you must have used this report in your automation framework. So now this report is actually completely deprecated. The official notice is already here. If you go to the official GitHub page of Extend Report, it's clearly written the deprecation notice. Extend Report is being sunset and will be replaced by ChainTest, a framework. So a new framework which is now coming, which is chain test framework, which is a replacement of extend report, right? And it's Anshu Arora is the main creator and the founder of extend report. Now the same guy is developing the chain test framework as well. So if you go to the official GitHub page of chain test framework here, this is what they're recently maintaining this particular repository. It's around 2 weeks ago, and then 13 days ago, you can see that there are a lot of they started developing this framework. What exactly this framework is all about, that comprehensive reporting framework supporting multiple generators, a static report, email report, and then real-time historical analytics with chain LP. I'll tell you what do you mean by chain LP. So far, it's available with the simple dark light theme, and this is a sample report. That is what they have given. And then what is a chain test generator? This is a generator responsible for creating the output files based on the test results, like whatever number of test results are coming, like pass, fail, and everything, and the configuration settings. It will process template, saves necessary resources, and generate the report in a specified format, right? How to enable the reports? We will see that how to enable the reports by using the properties and everything. And then so far, the supported test frameworks are available like JUnit, Cucumber, TestNG. PyTest with Python is still in progress. So today what we will do, we will cover with the TestNG. I'll show you one demo also how exactly it looks like. Chain LP is what? Chain LP is a Java Spring Boot server which packs the Angular front end. So they have designed a special UI written in the Angular and distributed as the Docker image. So we really need to have the Docker and need to download this Docker image and start the container. And this will start the Chain LP server. And Chain LP is the main framework component providing the historical analytics. So that is what the new thing in the extend report, or you can say the chain test report. Sorry, not the extend report, but it will just maintain the historical data and everything. It will tell you that, okay, in each and every build from last 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, how many test cases that you executed, it will give you the complete report over here. So this is a sample. You can see it here. Click on their official chain test on render.com that they have created some examples here. You see that if you go to Cucumber JVM, this is what it would look like now. You see all the past test cases. This is how given when then it will look like this. Same thing if you check with the TestNG report also. See, this is how it will look like for the failure test cases, and for the past test cases, it will show you like that, right? And a lot of matrix, graphs, and everything it will generate over here. So we will also generate the same thing with our project. Right now, this is hosted on their website, but we will maintain our own thing here. So what we have to do, they have given one Docker image, and this Docker image is actually will be responsible to start this particular chain LP server. And then they are running and integrated with the three RDBMS database like H2 MySQL and the Postgres SQL, because obviously they need to maintain the data, some history, the result, and everything. So they're maintaining either of them. You can use it over here. Now, how to get this particular Docker image? All the Docker images which are available here, you can just simply go to the official Docker Hub page, Anshu Arora chain test, that you can see it here. Click on tags, and then you see that the latest image which is available here 2 days ago only here. You just need to pull this particular image and then start using it. Or what we can do, they have clearly written that the recommended way to run the chain LP with the Docker compose file, which is currently the supported database, are there. And you can find the Docker compose file here in this particular folder. So in the folder here, you see that go to chain LP. I'm assuming you guys are aware of the Docker and the basics of Docker compose. If not, please go through it, because without Docker now you cannot run this particular chain LP server. You have to go to the Docker folder, and inside the Docker folder, you see that these three are the .yaml file available: Docker Compose, MySQL, and Postgres. You can use any of them. So let's see, I'm already having these three.yaml file in my local. I have already downloaded it. If you go to my documents and then if you go to ChainTest, and then these are the three YAML files which are available here. If you see the format of this particular YAML file, you can just simple check it here. This is how a very simple YAML file. It says this is a image name, and then this is a service name. Container name will be created like this. These are the two environment variables, and it will be running on port number 80 by default here. So we just need to hit localhost 80 once we start the container, and then after that, we will configure in our framework. So what we have to do today is I'll show you with respect to this h2.yml, and then this is the dependency that we have to add it. But before that, let's run this particular Docker compose YML file. Okay, so I'll make sure that, okay, Docker is running in my system. I'll open my terminal here, and you see here that, or let me check it here. Let me just clear the console. You see that here, I'm already in this particular Docker folder, and where these three YAML files are available. Remember, guys, please improve your Docker knowledge if you are not aware of it, because of that. Otherwise, you cannot run this particular report. Okay, because we have to start the chain LP server. Without the Docker compose, you cannot do that. So this is our Docker compose s2.yml file. And then here, what we have to do, we have to simple run this particular YAML file with the help of Docker compose. So this command that you have to use it, Docker compose -f Docker compose .yml file up command, we have to use it, and then simple enter it. So what exactly it will do, it will pull the image, and then after that it will start the container. And once the container is started, see, it's very fast, only very lightweight image that they have created. Only one image is available. This is the image name, ChainTest latest. And once it is available, it will start the container. So you see that here it's starting the container. Inside the container, they have hosted one Spring Boot application. And once this Spring Boot application is completely up and running, we will go to our browser and we will try to hit localhost 80. So you see that, you can see Tomcat started on port number 80. Let's try to hit localhost 80 now. So I'm writing localhost colon 80. Okay, not 8080 colon 80, because 80 is the default port of HTTP. So you see that right now we have not configured any project, nothing. Okay, this is a project section change. So this is the main homepage section. You can see it here. Right now, nothing is running, but now this server is up and running. Perfect. That is the first thing. Now, later on, what we can do is that later on, whenever, let's see, if I really want to host my ExtentReport server or chain LP server on the cloud, that also we can do it. So at the global level or at the org level, what we will do, let's see, this is my cloud. Inside this particular cloud, we can take one, one Linux machine, or with the help of compute service, if we really want to host it, or maybe any other machine where this particular chain LP server which is up and running. So this is the server which is actually a kind of container which is running over here, and inside that we can visualize it. So obviously this will be, instead of local host, this will be some IP address and port number 8080, or port number 80 will be there, right? So at the org level, so this particular IP and colon 80 we can give to other team members or other teams within the organization. Let's say this is my order management team, user management team, or maybe some other teams which are there in my company. Everyone will start configuring this particular IP address in their project, in their Selenium or TestNG or API projects, whatever they are using it. And then everyone will configure this IP colon 80 in their framework, and they can visualize here. They just need to open this IP in their browser so that their projects will be displayed here, and then you can see it, that what is happening there on the dashboard. In fact, your manager also, let's see, your manager is sitting over here who is taking care of all these four projects. They can also monitor what happened in the build number one, build number two, build number three. So every project will have their own builds, and every project will have their own execution cycle. Everything I can monitor here, right, in the single common dashboard. So this is a major advantage. Now you can maintain the previous history also, and then on the single dashboard you can maintain n number of projects. So that's a really, really good development. They have done it here. How to do this? Let's see. So what we have to do here is I'm already having one dummy project with me. This is a simple TestNG Java Maven project that I have created. This is my pom.xml file. In my POM file, you see that already I'm having Selenium and the TestNG dependency I have already added. Now there are three more dependencies. That is what you have to add it. So first one is this one, ChainTest TestNG dependency. Copy this. It's officially listed on the Maven centralized repository also. From there also you can take it. And there are other, let's see if you're getting any SL4J or log back dependency, safer side you can add it to avoid any kind of warning and to generate the logs also. That also you can simply use it over here. But main dependency is this one, chain test TestNG dependency. You have to add it here. TestNG, obviously, officially we have to add it so that we can write our test cases. And Selenium, some latest version 4.27, that is what I'm using it here. And after that, we just simple update the Maven project from here. You can use it in your Eclipse also or IntelliJ. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so it is now setting up my Maven, dependencies got added. Perfect. If you see that I'm already having three test cases, login page test, orange HRM test, very simple test cases that I have written. This orange HRM test is having some data provider also. And the, sorry, search test is also having data provider, orange HRM having two test cases. And the login test is having around three test cases here. Every test class is having one base test where simple like setup method that I have written, simple cross browser logic, Chrome browser, Firefox, Edge and Safari. And then there is one tear down quit method also I have written here. Same thing later on you can implement in the form of page object model there as well. I'll show you one example with the existing page object model as well, that how exactly you can implement in your current framework. But first, let's see in the dummy basic project here. So after that, pom.xml file is already added. And after that, there is one more thing we have to do. Under SRC test resources, see, this is my test. Under resources, we have to add some properties also. So we have to add one file, and the file name is chaintest.properties file. Okay, don't do any spelling mistake. And here we have to add some properties. These properties are officially listed on their website also. I mean, on their official documentation also. If you go there, we can just copy from there. So see this, I'm going there, or just a second here. See, can you see that chain test.properties? And we just need to add these properties. So I just copy it, and then you can just simple paste it over here. So these are the number of properties. That is what they have given to us. Okay. So, okay, let me remove this. We don't need this. Now the what they have given, that couple of things. First of all, what is the project name? You can give any project name. Let's say I'm giving the project name as Naveen Automation Labs or Amazon or order management team or product management or user management, whatever the project name that you really want to give, you can give it here. This is related to the storage. This is related to the generators. Okay, we will see that here, my local host URL, the chain LP server IP address, you have to give it here. So right now I'm running in my local only. So I'm simple writing localhost. You don't need to write :80 by default. HTTP port is 80, so it will pick it from here. So no need to define :80 here. And these are this is for the simple report. One report it will generate inside the target folder chain rest UC index.html file. And there is one more report it will generate that is called emailable.html or email.html inside the target folder. If you really want to change the folder, you can just maintain it here. But by default, this is the folder. Inside the target, it will be generated here. Right. So I'll do one thing. See, this is a target folder. I'm already having it. So if I really want to delete this, let me delete that. And then it's gone. When you run it, it will generate the target folder automatically because Maven will always generate the target folder here. Okay, so this is a simple configuration. This is very mandatory. Remember, chain test configuration. We have to use it here and then save it. That's it. You don't need to add any other external listener or anything, or any create listener.java file you need to create. No, this time they have given the listener file already with the within the dependency. What we just need to do, we will go to our base test, because base test is the parent of all the test cases that we have written. And here what we have to do at the class level, just above the class level, just simple add this particular listener. And the listener name is, you can add this listener in your XML file also. That also I'll show you. And here you have to write that chain test listener.class. This is what you have to use it here. That's it. Okay. And then you see that the server is up and running. I'll just come back here. This is still no project here because when we run it, the one project entry will be created here. The project name that we have given in the chain test.property, Naveen Automation Labs, same project name will be shown here. So now I'll do one thing. I'm just going to run it. This my XML file. Here, three tests I have written: search test, orange HRM test, and the login page test. I'm passing some, URL and the browser parameter for each and every test. One for Chrome, one for Firefox, and one for Edge. I'm running in the parallel mode also. You see thread count equal to 3, parallel equal to test, and let's run it and let's see what happens. So it's building the project quickly. And now the execution will start from here. You see that execution is started, and you see that test cases are running in the parallel mode here. Meanwhile, I'll just go to the server. What happened? Just refresh this particular server. It should create one entry once the execution is done. Okay. So let's see. Execution is looks like done. Few test cases got passed. Maybe a few test cases got failed. Page logo test is okay. No such element. Deliberately, I'm making some failure also. But let's see. I'm just refreshing this. Okay. What we have to do, see, it's not coming here. If it is not coming, it means there is a change in the configuration we have to do. The generators, we have to make it true here, guys. I forgot to make it true because by default it was false. So you have to make it true here. Simple also true and the email also true here. So these three sections, we have to make it true, true, and true. Now let's try to run it again. Okay. So I'll do one thing. Again, I go to my, sorry. Again, I go to my testng.xml file and then I'm running it again. Let it run once again and then we'll see. Okay, so again it's running. Meanwhile, I'll come back here and then I refresh this chain LB. Can you see Naveen Automation Labs entry got created and the build number 1, it says show all. So the test cases are still running. And once everything is done, we will check it again. You see that here, you simply refresh this now. We have one failure, page title test, sorry, page logo test and page title test. Two test cases got failed. And this is the report which is coming here. The search test is coming multiple times because search test is what is the with the data provider. So you see that here, the 4 rows that we are passing. So obviously that 4 times it's coming, although they could have, shown with the test data also, but that's okay. That we can check it later. That's the kind of suggestion we can give it to them. And this is the number of graphs and pie charts and everything is coming. 66% test cases got passed. Okay, some of them is got failure, method, classes, and all those things. Suite level also. Overall suite got failed here like this. If you go back to the project, once again, you see that here, there is one red line here. This is like for the build number 1. In build number 1, it got failed here. Now I'll do one thing. Again, I'll try to run it. So first of all that, I'll fix this particular code. Here, I'm deliberately making this locator fail. So earlier now we were making it fail. Now I'll just fix this particular code. And there is a one more test which is getting failed. Let's see, page title test also. Here also I'm making this assertion failed. Now I'm making it pass now. Okay. And then I'm going to run it again. So simple, let's run it again. Run as TestNG. And again, come back here. So it will create one more entry here, one more row or one more line it will create, guys. So let's see this. Once all the execution is done, let's refresh it. Keep refreshing it, or you can just check it here. This is still running. See, all the test cases are getting executed. All the test cases got passed now. You see in the report here. But now let's see how exactly it is displaying. You see that one more green color is coming. A green strip is coming here. This is for build number 1, build number. This is build number 1. This is for build number 2. So click on that. This time everything got passed here. You see that show all the test cases, past test cases. It's giving me the past test cases here. You can see the history also here. Okay. Now you see that for every build, there are some metrics also you can see, like duration and the test growth. You see that in build number one, it took around 18.5, and build number two, also it's shown here. And the test growth is consistent over here. And this is the overall regression suite name. It says that, okay, yeah, in the build number one, these are the two test cases got failed. That also you can see it here. Again, if you really want to go back to your project, and then tomorrow, let's see, you have added another project, API automation or mobile automation or anything, all these projects will be displayed here on the same dashboard. If you really want to see some insights, you can see the build execution, some graphs that they have given on January 9th to execution that you have done. And then this is a graph like time taken comparison in minutes. And then this is the project name. So all the project entries also will be displayed here. Right. So it looks cool. And let's try to run it again. I'm going to run it again so that we'll get the better data on the report. So let's, this time I'll do one thing. Deliberately, let's see, adding some more test over here. Okay, so I'll just copy these three test blocks and then exactly paste it here. And let me change their name, because duplicate tests are not allowed, right? So I'm making it, let's see, one. This is also one. And this is also one, right? Okay, so now you see that 6 test blocks are there. In each and every test block, number of test cases will be running. So let's run it and then let's see. Oh, just a second. I think this is the test one, 2, and orange HRM. Sorry, not this one. 1, 1. Okay, just a second. Let me check that it's correct or not. So login page, search page, orange HRM. Then search page test, orange HRM test. Okay, 2 more tests. Let's see, we have added. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, so let it complete. And then again, we will go back to the chain dashboard. Let's see what happens in the build number 3. So this is like very small test cases that I have written. It's not taking much time. You see that all the test cases are running in the parallel mode. So let it run. You see that some data driven test cases are getting executed. Now everything perfectly got executed, and refresh this. You see that build number 3. So one more third entry got created here. Can you see that? So again, I click on it, and then you see the show all. Nice. You see the matrix also here. Build number 1, build number 2, and build number 3. And you see that build number 1 here, build number 2 here, build number 3 here. You can navigate from here as well. You click on it, build number 3. Okay, you can just simple see all the test cases, and you can just simple check it over here. In build number 3, we have added more. So you see that the count is automatically getting increased here. Nice. So yep, you see the some theme also, you can change it, light theme also or dark theme also. That also we can do it. Secrets also you can add it tomorrow. You really want to integrate with the Azure blob connection or S3 bucket also. That maybe I can show you later. Okay. And then you can just again click on the project here. Only one project is available. So obviously we can search multiple projects with the help of this search bar. Also, we can do it here. That also we can do it. If you click on this, the Naveen automation total number of builds, it says build number 1, build number 2, build number 3. And you can search the specific build also. There is a pass fail criteria also. We can check it on the basis of the status, and the date wise search also. We can just simple perform it here. Right. So that also we can do it. Although I tried, and then I observed that the date field is not working properly. Let's see, today is 9th, right? And I'm saying what 9 to 9 is giving me nothing over here. Ideally, it should give me the result, right? Status pass or fail or whatever, it should give me here. But anyways, maybe that's a bug. They should fix it. So again, you go back to the matrix, and then you can simple check it here as well. Right. So this is like very simple, very straightforward, looks very promising to me. And like better UI now, better, I mean, less configuration, only POM XML file. And this is only one-time activity. That server is up and running. And then after that, you are absolutely good to go with that. You just need to add only one listener in your base test. here. That's it. Here. If you don't want to add it over here, let me just comment it out. What you can do inside your testng.xml file, you can just simple add one listener here as well. A listener entry, that also you can do it here. See, for example, if I'm adding one listener, and here that I'm adding another listener, and the listener name will be what? See this, the listener name will be the package name here. Just a second, the chain listener, this one, along with the full package name and the class name. So I go back to my testng.xml, and here that is what we have to use it. That's it. Okay. So remember, we used to cover with the extend report and the with the LEO report also. So listener, you can add it here like this as well. If you don't want to maintain the base test listener here, so like this also, you can just simple do it here as well, right? And after that, when you run it, this listener will be running in the background automatically. So let's try that. Is it really working one more time or not? So I'm running it once again. This time I have disabled the listener from the base test. I'm giving the listener from here. So again, the tests are getting executed, and we will see build number 4 as well. So yeah, it's almost done. There is a simple test which is running, and let it quickly run. It's done and done. So everything is done. Again, come back here, and then you see that build number 4. Super. If you want to delete this project, you can delete this project also from here. Fine. So let's see in build number 4 once again. It's absolutely working fine. Very fast, very easy here. But remember this is the main thing. What is the main idea behind this? Tomorrow you have to host it, this particular entire chain LP server, maybe on the cloud or maybe on some server or maybe some external machine where the server is running, and then every team will have their own Maven project or Cucumber project or PyTest project or some TestNG project. So every team will have to add the same thing here. Order management team. This is my order management team. This is my some other team or other team. So every project's dashboard, every project will be displayed on the specific on that single dashboard. That is the main idea behind this here, right? Now you must be thinking that, okay, what if I have one existing framework? What should I do in that case? See, in existing framework, there are a couple of things that you have to take care. I think I'm already having one, let's see, one project here. This is, you can see that one page object model framework, which is already available here, right? Okay, before that, there is one more small thing. It will generate one static report also here, because according to the configuration, what we have given, we are saying that, okay, please generate the index.html and the email.html also. So here you just open the target folder. It will create one chain test folder here, and you open that here. Email HTML and index.html both are available. You want to see that? Let's see. So I'll just simply going to open in some browser. So let's open in the Chrome browser. So this is what the email report will be. It will look like this. Okay. One test, one pass, and all those things is giving me this particular basic report. Same thing with the index.html also. Let's simple open with the browser here. So this is what it's giving me here. Okay. So like the same report which is coming here. So you can generate the static report as well. And the, on the server also, the report will be generated here. So both will be available here. If you really want to share directly from here, that also you can do it. You can attach these files with the email and everything, and you can send it there as well. That also they have given. Okay. Because this is what email report, we have make it true. That's why it's generating it. If you make it false, it will not generate it here. Same thing for the simple index.html report also. If this is true, that's why it's generated here. And this is for the chain LP. Chain LP means for the server. So you can say this is for the chain LP server, which is hosted on my local host or IP address of AWS or anything which is running over here. Right. So this is really good. That is what they have written in their documentation clearly, that if you go there in the documentation, it's a static report plus the chain LP report. Also, it is here. The static email real time means the server report historical analytics with the chain LP generating here. Perfect. Now, one last thing. What if I really want to generate with my existing framework? What should I do? Same thing, same process. Okay, there is no rocket science. So let's see, I have May 2024 POM series framework where same thing, the page object model on one application that I have developed. See, that is a big application. So first of all, that what I'll do, I'll open my POM.xml file. In the POM.xml file, see this, what we have to do. Okay, inside this particular POM.xml file, first of all, that see, I have added Selenium Java dependency, TestNG dependency, and then we have to keep adding those dependencies as well. Which dependency? That chain LP dependency. So I'll just quickly go to my POM here, and then I'll copy from this particular project. So 1, 2, and 3. Copy this, and somewhere I'll just paste it over here. But remember, you must be using ExtentReport already. This one, this dependency, you must have had it already in your POM.xml file. So please disable that. Otherwise, it will not work. I have already raised a bug on that. Okay, if you see on their official Git repository, this bug is already raised. I was facing the same issue that because of that, it is giving me some error over here. It was giving me some error because it was clashing with the previous ExtentReport dependency and the ChainTest dependency. Then I figured it out. Then after removing the previous one, now it is absolutely working fine. And Anshu Arora has already confirmed that as well. Okay, so what we have to do is this dependency, please remove it. We don't need it now. And then this is the dependency, the ChainTest dependency in my POM.xml file. I have already added. I'll publish this repository also in my GitHub. Don't worry, you can just take it from there. And then there is one file also, what I told you, along with this, the configuration file also there. So you see that here. Okay, so this is the file. I'm making it this guy true. This is also true. And this is also true. And let's do one thing this time. Instead of this Naveen Automation Labs, I'm giving a different project name. Let's see, this is my open card application. Open card application. This is the open card project name. So now it should create one more entry there. And if you go to my base test, I can add the listener here as well, or I can add the listener in my regression.xml. So you see that here, the listener I have already added here. I'm disabling the listener like ExtentReport and the Allure report. I don't need it as of now, but you see that listener got added here. Okay, you see, this is the listener. Okay, now I'm just going to run it. I'm running multiple test cases over here. See, it's a very lengthy test. So I don't want to run the registration and the product info page. Let me just comment it out. I just want to quickly check it's really creating the separate project on my dashboard or not. Okay. And one thing, let me just check the chain test property once again. Make sure that, okay, this is the local host entry in the URL host that you have given here. Okay. And that's it. After that, just please update the Maven project once. And then after that, we will run our regression.xml. Right click and run as this. We can run it from the Maven also, Maven clean install also, we can run it. So let's see. And later on, we can integrate with the CI/CD pipeline and everything. It will work properly without any problem. So you see that, okay, two test cases are working fine. It's running in the parallel mode. One is for the login and one is for the accounts page. Very quick test cases, that is what I'm running it with some data providers. And we will see on the dashboard once the execution is done. Perfect, it's done. Come back here. Let's see on the dashboard. Go to the main page. Can you see open card application? Awesome. Maybe something got failed here. Forgot password link got failed. Okay, that we can check it. Why it got failed? But you see that I'm deliberately making one test case failure here, but you see it's absolutely working fine. So what is the idea? How many projects are there? One is this, one is this. You just keep running it. It will keep adding the dashboard here. Right inside the dashboard here, it will keep adding it. Now, if I really want to search for open card, you see that open card. So as a manager, if I'm handling, let's say, or as an architect, As an architect, I'm handling multiple projects. I can search and I can have a look, the complete look on the same dashboard for all the projects on the on the same thing. I don't need to host it individually now. On the same dashboard, I can see each and everything here. So it looks perfectly good according to me. You see that insights now. Uh, January 10, I think it's 12 o'clock in the night for me. It's running it now, and then you see the time taken comparison. These are the two projects for open card application. See, it's saying only build number one time got executed. Okay, let's try quickly one more time. This time that maybe the login page test. Let me check it. Why which test case got failed actually? Something I think the forgot password link exists got failed. Maybe the locator that I have to update it. I deliberately was making this locator failure. So I have updated now and I'm going to run it again. Okay, this time I'll do one thing. This time I'm going to run this particular from the Maven. Okay, from the Maven command line so that we can confirm that, okay, it's working from the Maven also or not. So I'll do one thing that I'll just quickly cd. I'll go to my folder workspace 1 and then May 2024 POM series. Okay. And here you see that the complete folder, the project is available here. I'm going to run it with my Maven clean install. One more time, I'm running it from the command line now. So let's see, is it really working or not? Nice. Okay. Here you can see ExtentReport, ChainTest report logs also. You can see on the console here, logs also coming here. It means it is actually fetching the data and storing the data inside the H2 database. And these are logs. These are again logs are for see that event tech ChainTest logs are coming here, right? See, like this, create request for entity test with body. It's dumping the entire JSON file inside the database so that it can pick it over there. So again, you come back here and then let's check it here. Again, you see build number 2 got passed this time because we have fixed the test and then all my test cases are absolutely working fine here. So it looks very, very promising to me. And just try that, guys. I'm sure that you will love it. And maybe in future, I'll publish a couple of more videos, for, let me just quickly show you with the chain test here. So I have prepared this video for TestNG. Maybe I can prepare one more video for JUnit 5 and the Cucumber JVM as well. PyTest with the Python is still in progress, or in C# maybe in future. And then you can just configure with S2 also, MySQL database or Postgres also. Any of them you can use it. Maybe I can prepare one more video with the MySQL and the Postgres. So try that. Let me know in case any new findings that you find, put it in the comment section. If you face any issue, feel free to write in the comment section. I'll definitely look into it. And then I'll publish this particular dummy project that I have created, this basic TestNG project. I'll just push it into my Git repository. You see the description of that repository. The URL of that repository in my description. And then after that, you can take it from there. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with others who are looking for the chain test reporting in their existing framework. I think I'm the first one who is preparing the video on the channel. Thank you so much, guys.